I became good at being unnoticed without actually being absent. I showed up, I did my job, I nodded at the right moments, and then I left. People thought I was private, reliable, low maintenance. No one ever used the word lonely. That was fine by me. I worked in a building with glass walls and no real windows, the kind that reflects the city back at itself. Everything visible, nothing exposed. Most days followed the same pattern. Morning commute, meetings, lunch at my desk, evenings that belonged to no one. I told myself I liked it that way. Structure meant safety. Her name was Rebecca. She transferred from another office, different department, different energy. She didn't try to fit in, didn't force conversation. She asked questions like she already expected honest answers. The first time we spoke was in the hallway. She stopped walking mid-sentence. "That's not what you think," she said, pointing at a report I was holding. "It's worse." I laughed. Not because it was funny, because it was unexpected. "You're not supposed to say that out loud," I replied. She shrugged. "I don't like pretending things are fine when they aren't." That stayed with me. Over the next few weeks, our paths crossed more often. Elevators, coffee machines, late meetings. She noticed details: who avoided eye contact, who spoke last, who never spoke at all. One evening, she said, "You're very good at staying neutral." "Neutral keeps things professional," I answered. She looked at me carefully. "Or invisible." That word landed heavier than it should have. I didn't respond. I didn't need to. She wasn't accusing me. She was observing. That night, I walked home longer than usual, took streets I didn't recognize. The city felt sharper there, less curated. I realized something unsettling. I didn't know who I was outside of routine. The next morning, she sat across from me in a meeting, listened, didn't speak until the end. Then she said, "We keep optimizing for comfort. That's not the same as progress." People shifted in their seats. Someone changed the subject. I caught her eye. She smiled slightly, like she knew she'd hit something real. After the meeting, she asked if I wanted to grab a drink sometime. Not a date, not a challenge, just space. I hesitated. That was becoming a pattern. "Sure," I said. Immediately regretted how easy it sounded. We didn't set a time or a place. She didn't push. But that night, the quiet in my apartment felt louder, more deliberate. I realized something important. Disappearing had worked because no one asked me to stay. And not because it meant anything, because neither of us wanted to turn it into an event. The bar was quiet in the way only midweek places are. No music trying to impress, no crowds pretending to belong. Just people pausing between days. She arrived first. I noticed because she didn't check her phone, just sat there, present, waiting. "That was fast," I said. "You were early," she replied. A small correction. Accurate. We ordered without ceremony. No flirting, no preamble. I appreciated that more than I expected. "So," she said, "why neutral?" I frowned slightly. "I'm not sure what you mean." She smiled. "You never push. You never resist. You just adjust." "That's how systems work," I replied. "They stay functional." She leaned back. "And people?" I didn't answer right away. The question wasn't aggressive. It was curious. "I don't see the point of extremes," I said finally. "They complicate things." "Or they reveal things," she countered. The conversation slowed after that. Not uncomfortable, just deliberate. She told me about the last place she worked, how she left because everyone was polite and nothing ever changed. "I don't do stagnation well," she said. "It feels like slow erosion." I understood that more than I wanted to admit. As the night went on, I noticed something strange. I wasn't performing, not managing, just responding. She asked about my past, not dates, not relationships, patterns. "Do you leave," she asked, "or do you fade?" The question hit harder than any accusation could have. "I fade," I admitted, quietly, efficiently. She nodded. "That takes effort." I laughed once. Short. "Everything I do takes effort." She didn't smile at that. "You shouldn't have to work that hard just to exist," she said. The words lingered long after we left the bar. At work, things shifted. Subtly. I spoke more, not louder, just more. People noticed and adjusted. Some welcomed it, some resisted. Rebecca watched, said nothing. One afternoon, she stopped by my desk. "You're different lately," she said. "I'm trying something," I replied. "Does it feel risky?" "Yes," she smiled. "Good. But risk has a cost." A meeting went sideways. I challenged an idea I would have previously accepted. Voices rose. Tension surfaced. Afterward, my manager pulled me aside. "You don't usually do that," he said. "No," I agreed. "Is there a reason?" It? I didn't. "Because neutrality wasn't helping," I said. He studied me, then nodded slowly. That night, Rebecca texted, "You okay?" I stared at the message longer than necessary. Typed, deleted. Finally, I replied, "I don't know yet." Her response came quickly. "That's honest." The next time we met, the tone had shifted, less exploratory, more exposed. She told me she was considering another move, not a promotion, a pivot. "I don't want to disappear into comfort," she said. The irony wasn't lost on either of us. I realized something uncomfortable. She wasn't just inviting me into her world. She was showing me the exit to mine. And I didn't know if I was ready to walk. It didn't come with relief or clarity. It came quietly, like a tension that refused to settle back into place. Rebecca left 2 weeks later. Not suddenly, not dramatically. She told people early, prepared handovers, closed loops. I watched her do it, not with envy, with recognition. On her last day, the office did what offices always do. Cake, polite speeches, half jokes about staying in touch. She handled it well, smiled, thanked people, stayed grounded. When it was time to go, she stopped by my desk. "You walking out with me?" she asked. Not expectant, not testing, just offering. I hesitated. Old instinct. The one that said you don't need to be part of every moment. Then I stood up. "Yeah," I said. We walked down together. No rush, no awkward silence. Outside, the city moved like it always did. Unaware, unimpressed. "So," she said, "what happens now?" I considered the question carefully. "I don't disappear," I said. "Not this time." She nodded. "That's enough." We stood there for a moment, not clinging, not promising, just acknowledging what had been. "I don't need you to change," she said. "I just needed to know you were real." She hugged me, brief, firm, honest. Then she turned and walked away. Didn't look back, didn't need to. The weeks after were strange. The office felt louder, not in sound, in demand. People noticed my presence now, asked my opinion, waited for my response. That was new. I didn't become outspoken. I became deliberate. I stopped agreeing just to maintain balance, stopped fading to preserve comfort. Some days it felt wrong, unnatural, like wearing a coat that didn't quite fit yet. But I kept it on. One evening, months later, I caught my reflection in the glass of the building. Same posture, same face, but something behind my eyes had shifted. I wasn't hiding anymore, not fully. I realized something important. Neutrality hadn't protected me. It had postponed living. Rebecca didn't change my life. She interrupted it, long enough for me to notice what I'd been avoiding. I didn't chase her, didn't need to. This wasn't about romance. It was about permission. Permission to take up space, to be seen, to risk being known. Some people enter your life to stay. Others enter to wake you up. She did the second. And this time, I didn't fall back asleep.